I do give the Democrats credit for finally putting up in a moment where they have had zero representation. The one moment of leverage, they identified two simple things they could that they would do to keep the government going, and it has to do with healthcare. And I am glad that they are at least taking this stand in this moment, whether they get what they are asking for or whether they don't. It is pleasing to see Chuck Schumer rise with the voice of a powerful, aging Borscht Belt comedian and do that. Meanwhile, the things still happen so fast and furious. And I just want to point out just one thing that gets slightly buried in all of this. And that is, just as an aside, Donald Trump thought it might be a good idea for our military to practice military shit on American cities. And it created a little bit of an uproar, not that much. And I just have to co-sign the idea. It is so hard to get in, real game work. The preseason stuff, it's very difficult to prepare your team for when those first games are going to come down. So I absolutely understand, he's going to get us probably into a war. He tried with the bombing of Iran, or not being able to really be forceful against Vladimir Putin. And boy, he's making a great case here. These guys got to get in the work. And why not let them get in that work on people that didn't vote for you? That makes total sense. Just some, pre-real world bombings and invasions and such of cities that don't matter. Your New Yorks, your Chicagos, your Baltimores, your Philadelphia. Your enemies within. Why not practice on them? I think it's a great learning exercise, and couldn't have been a more reasonable comment by a commander-in-chief in front of 800 generals. And I also, obviously, like any good personal, they ended their addresses to the generals with the universal phrase that Sun Tzu first used many, many centuries ago: no fatties.